Hey y'all, now your girl Ashirifiaallinone this. Come on, make we cook and chop a lot. On the menu today, we are going to be making seafood boil, y'all. Very different, but trust me, you are going to love it. So pour you a glass of lemonade and join me. No two seafood boil will be the same because your items will change according to your taste buds. So today, for my seafood boil, I am going to be using some snow crab legs, blue crabs, shrimp, scallops, mussels, clams, lobster tail, some sausages, potatoes, cucumbers, corn, bell peppers, and eggs and asparagus. Now, this blue crab is stubborn as hell. This crab will not die, so I like it fresh because it tastes a little bit better when your crab is alive before you cook it. So to start my sauce up, I'm just dropping in some butter to melt. Now you can use as much butter you want depending on how much seafood boil you are going to be making. Now, I am not going to wait for my butter to melt all the way before I add my onion and garlic. So I'm going to add my onion and garlic now. I am using two types of onion, the red onion and white. The red is sweeter than a white onion. When you do this, it causes your onion to sweat down, not fried. And that is exactly what I am trying to achieve with this sauce. I don't want fried onion and butter, if you get what I'm trying to say. If you noticed earlier, my water was boiling as my butter was going. So I'm using a double boiler and I'm going to add my corn, potatoes, and eggs to boil. As my corn, potatoes, and eggs are going in the water, I am just going to sprinkle a little bit of salt. You will see why I am not using a lot of salt at this stage. Now that is going, let's go ahead and start our sauce. Let's add up some things to make it, what we are looking for. So I'm going to add some fresh crushed red peppers. Red peppers, you can eliminate that if you're not really into the hot. I'm adding some Tabasco hot sauce, some Sriracha hot sauce. Now, you could add all your favorite seasoning. You don't have to use the exact seasoning that I'm using here for your sauce. I just added in some cayenne pepper, some garlic powder, some onion powder, some slap your mama Cajun seasoning, black pepper, and some Old Bay. I only added Old Bay because I like the way it smells. And all seafood required that Old Bay smell to make it an authentic seafood boil. The color of the sauce is not looking bad. It looks great. And the onions are sweating just the way I like it. It's not frying it. You can still see the butter. So I like things sweet. So I am dropping in a little bit of honey. You don't have to, but not too much because, spicy and sweet works well together. So that is my secret ingredient there. So I am going to go ahead and start with the lobster tail. Now, if you cook lobster before, it's tough as to get it out of the shell. So I just slid a cut through the whole tail. Then I gradually pull it up. I don't literally take the meat out of the tail. I just set it on top just like so. Just like so. Once all your lobster tail is out of the shell, I am going to season this up and put it in the oven. I sprinkle a little bit of Old Bay spice, some garlic powder, some crushed red peppers, and I'm going to top that off with some butter, cover it up, and put it in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. I don't want to overdo it because your lobster tail meat will curl up. When it curls up, that means it is overcooked, and that is not what we are looking for. So you can see the lobster tails is heading to the oven. So let's check on our corn, potato, and eggs. It's looking good. The potatoes is getting soft, so we are gonna let that go on for a little bit. The sauce is coming along just great. So let's go ahead and start with our shrimps. Now my pan is a little hot. It's not that hot. I added a little bit of butter and I'm going to lay my shrimps down. Now that all my shrimps are in, I am going to season the side up. I'm adding some Miss Dash all-purpose seasoning, some Old Bay black pepper, and garlic powder. Now, like I said, you don't have to use the same seasoning I'm using. You can always switch it up. Now, I don't want my shrimps to overcook, so I am going to flip it around to cook the other side just a little bit more. I'm going to take everything out and cover it with a plastic wrap to trap the heat so it can finish cooking off fire. In the same pan with all that goodness left in there, I am going to add my scallops. My scallops are going to get seasoned just the same way as the shrimp. Just a little bit on the other side, then I will flip it and do the same. I'm adding a little bit more butter just to loosen up all that seasoning that is in the pan, so my scallops will not dry out but moist. My scallops is almost done, so I am going to add my asparagus now. I'm adding my asparagus now because I want it to get cooked and all that juice, that butter and seasoning, so it can flavor it instead of me having to season it separately. My scallops are done to my liking, so I am going to take it out now. I'm leaving the asparagus in there and I'm going to add my sausage now. Like I said, it's all about combining flavor. So the sausage has that smoky flavor to it, so I want my asparagus to get some of that too. Then in a little bit I'm going to take the asparagus out and leave the sausage to finally brown on its own, soak up some of that juice, and I will take that one out as well. Now, my shrimp, my scallop, sausage, asparagus is all done, so I am going to set that aside. Let's take out our corn, potato, and eggs and take it out of the double boiler, set it aside, put our egg in water so it can cool down. Then in the same water, I boiled my corn, potato, and egg in. I am going to add my clams and mussels. Now I don't want to cook it, I just want the heat to hit it so they can open up. As my mussels and clam is on the fire, I am going to poke holes into my potatoes. You will see why. When I poke the holes in there and I put them in a sauce, it's going to allow the sauce to sink into the potatoes. Now my sauce is looking marvelous. So I am going to add my corn to my sauce and let that simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. It's gonna flavor it up, and when you're eating your corn, it's going to be different than your regular old boiled corn. Let's take out our corn and add our poked potatoes. Now, the skin is on, so if you don't poke those holes, you're not going to get any flavor inside your potato. While that is going, let's go ahead and take out our lobster. The lobster looks great. Oh my God. I cannot wait to take a bite. It looks nice and golden, and that is just what I am looking for. So I'm going to take out my potatoes now, because you don't want to overdo it. You don't want your potato to be mushy. The clams and mussels are looking just great. When you do it this way, you don't have to work in opening those clams or mussels. Now I put some butter in the same pan I use for my shrimp, scallops, and sausages. Like I said, it's all about combining flavors. I don't want to leave no flavor unturned. So yes, my mussels and clams are in the same pan that my sausages and all that stuff was in. And in the same boiler I had my corn and mussels in. I took some of that water off, left a little bit in the bottom, just so I can steam my crab legs and blue crabs. I'm just adding a little bit of water to my pan so I can release all that flavor. Do you see that steam coming up? That is all that I am looking for. My crab legs and blue crabs are done, so I am going to take that out and let it cool down. Everything is done, so I am going to go ahead and assemble my seafood platter. Trust me, you are going to love it. My platter is set and is looking beautiful. I have all my seafood, my corn, my potatoes, sausages, peppers, cucumber, and lemon to squeeze on top. Now I am drizzling some of that butter sauce on there, and oh my God, it smells so good. I'm going to put some of that sauce aside, so when I eat my seafood, I will have something to dip it in. Just like so, my seafood foil is set and it's looking delicious and beautiful. OMG, like my niece always say, it looks immaculate and it smells wonderful. So yes, we finished cuckoo. Come make we chop la. Seafood boils are meant to be eaten with family because it's so much. Everybody just grab a piece and dip it into that sauce. So yes, tonight me and my family, we are digging in. Yes, we are. So if you are new to my channel, you already know, hit that subscribe button right now. Support a sister so a sister can grow. Thank you guys and welcome to my channel.